Did watch it. Congressman Chip Roy, Republican from Texas, joins us right now, member of the Oversight and Reform Committee. He's there in Statuary Hall. Congressman, why did the Democrats schedule this particular high-profile hearing on the same day that the president was in Vietnam?
Well, thanks for having me on this morning. I think it was clearly purposeful. Unfortunately, my Democrat colleagues appear more interested in political theater than in doing the job that the American people want us to do here in Congress. People that I talk to back home are excited about what the president is doing, not what Congress is doing. They're excited about talking about making sure we try to secure our border when Congress is shirking its responsibility. They want to see a balanced budget. They want to get the spiraling health care costs under control. Yet what they saw yesterday was a bunch of games. They saw a circus. They saw the swamp in action, and that is precisely what they sent me here to change and why I wanted to highlight that. And I think they're frustrated at watching the Democrat Party pull up a witness like Michael Cohen, who is untrustworthy by definition. Right? We've seen that he's already pled guilty to numerous crimes: bank fraud, lying to financial institutions, tax evasion, lying to Congress. Right? We call forward a witness who's already admitted lying to Congress, and they bring him forward as a star witness. And yesterday, what happened was we saw more of that in his own testimony yesterday. So I think that's what the American people are tired of, and they want to see something different.
Yeah, Congressman, you did get points calling your wife beautiful. I'm sure she appreciated that. Many people were wondering that same thing, because this guy is a convicted liar, and it was a Lanny Davis presentation, according to Jim Jordan. Sean Hannity sat down with the president, as you know, yesterday in Vietnam, and he asked the president about the hearing. Listen to this.
As far as Cohen is concerned, he's convicted, he's a liar, he's defrauded at a high level. Got a lot of problems, and it was very interesting because he lied so much. I watched some of it. I actually was able to watch some of it. He lied so much, and yet he said when it came to collusion, the whole hoax with the Russia collusion, right. It's just a witch hunt hoax, and by the way, very, very bad for our country, because it really stops you from doing what you're supposed to be doing. He said no collusion.
So what's your reaction?
Well, I think it's important that what we learned yesterday was that he reiterated that there was no collusion. He said that in testimony. He also said that he had never been to Prague, had never been to the Czech Republic. I questioned him on that. A number of my colleagues did, which undermines the Steele dossier. But I think what's even more important is what we saw yesterday during the hearing. It reinforced what we already know about Mr. Cohen. Right? In the hearing and coming to the hearing, he filled out financial forms that you have to disclose when you're coming to testify that contradicted his own testimony, saying that he hadn't engaged in foreign contracts, when in fact then he testified that he had engaged in foreign contracts with entities that have significant government ownership, particularly the bank in Kazakhstan. We saw that he actually testified there that he would be happy to hand over recordings of clients to the Democrats on the committee, notwithstanding the fact that he has a duty as a lawyer. It's hard to believe he's disbarred, by the way, a duty as a lawyer to withhold that because it's privileged information.
Right.
This is the kind of thing we saw over and over and over again. He tried to say he hadn't committed bank fraud, yet he had pled to exactly lying to financial institutions. So we called him out on it.
I know you're impatient with the process, but guess what? Buckle up. Clearly, the Oversight Committee is going to be calling in the CFO and maybe the Trump children to go after insurance fraud, make his tax returns public, make him account for things that have to do with the Trump organization. Do you already have hardcore indications they're going to go forward with that?
Well, we haven't seen any specific list. I think we clearly see the playbook of what they want to try to do over the next 18, 20 months. It's clearly political. I think we ought to be doing our job as an oversight committee. I still think it ought to be oversight in government reform. I think we ought to be looking at all of the things that the American people are tired of with a federal government that wastes money, that doesn't do its job. And if you want to have somebody come in, let's get Rob Rosenstein in. Let's find out about what's going on at the Department of Justice. But instead, they want to engage in political theater, and they want to target the president for very purely political reasons. And, look, we know that the American people, they didn't support the President of the United States because he's perfect. No human being is. They supported the president because they want the swamp drained. They want to get health care freedom. They want a balanced budget. They want a secure border. And they want Washington the heck out of their lives so that they can go on doing what they do best.
Well, it was quite an eye-opener yesterday for 9 hours. He will appear on Capitol Hill again today, but that will be behind closed doors. All right, Congressman Chip Roy, we thank you very much for joining us live.